Things that we used to do when we were young, we slowly just feel like we're too old to do these things, and so we stop doing these activities that are keeping us strong when we're younger. It does develop into a problem when we get older. The progression of activities that you can do to get back those youthful movements that will prevent you from involuntarily hitting the floor, which is my ultimate goal. In today's video, we are going to talk about the inevitable. We are all going to lose our balance from time to time, and the earlier you start working on the exercises that we go over today, the more prepared you're going to be when that time comes. And without a doubt, by working on the things that we go over in today's video, if you do happen to lose your balance, and God forbid it results in a fall, you are definitely going to decrease your risk of injury and the severity of your injury, but more importantly, improve your overall longevity and quality of life. Now, I know that's a bold claim, but the number one reason why people start to decline or start to require the use of assistive devices as they age is due to a fall. If you're new to this channel, I'm Tara, I'm a neurologic physical therapist, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything related to mobility, health, fitness, and mindset in the context of neurologic injury, with the end goal of empowering you with as many tools as possible to take ownership of your rehab and your health, to live an overall more active, more mobile, pain-free, happier, healthier life. And with all that said, statistically speaking, falls are the number one reason why people decline in their physical abilities as they age. But I don't think that has to be the case. One huge contributing factor as to why this happens is because we start to think like an old person. And so the things that we used to do when we were young, we slowly just feel like we're too old to do these things. And so we stop doing them. And then when we stop doing these activities that are keeping us strong when we're younger, it does develop into a problem when we get older. So for example, what was the inspiration behind this video? The other day, full transparency, I'm kind of klutzy sometimes. I was walking down my stairs and I tripped over a stair, or I kind of missed a stair. My foot caught on the edge of the stair and my heart went up, my foot slid. But thankfully, because I was quick enough, I just kind of stepped out of it. I had stuff in both hands, so I had no way to catch myself with my hands. And I was walking away from that thinking, I never want to lose this ability. There was a moment in time during this whole event where I was like, oh crud, my butt's gonna hit the ground. But thankfully, because I do some plyometrics, which we're gonna go over today, and I work on my balance, I was able to just step right out of it and continue on. And I want that for myself as I age, but I also want it for all of you. And so we are gonna go over some exercises today that incorporate what we call like plyometrics. We're going to go over some eccentrics, which are critical for when we are losing our balance or in the midst of falling, that we can slow ourselves down. That's what an eccentric muscle contraction is. And we're going to do a little bit of power. And power basically is the quickness that a muscle can move a load. So power, eccentrics, and plyometrics. If any of you have been around for a while, I promise we're going to go over some different exercises, so maybe you can change some of the ones up that I've shown in other videos, or you can get a refresher on some of the progression of activities that you can do to get back those youthful movements that will prevent you from involuntarily hitting the floor, which is my ultimate goal. So with all that said, let's go ahead and dive into the exercises. All right, so for this first exercise, we're combining kind of like a plyometric or a power type of movement, along with some concentric, along with some eccentric, all rolled into one exercise. You want to kind of explode out of the chair. That's working kind of the power component. Do kind of a controlled landing. Don't just kind of fall back into the chair, but control your descent a little bit. I like to add just a little bit of a rock back, or cue people to rock back a little bit. You can use a little bit of momentum to come up out of the chair. All of those movements, you just want to explore them. You want to know what it feels like to use a little bit of momentum, or once you've got a little bit of momentum going, how to control your body once you do have that momentum going. So variety of things going on here. Do what you can. As usual, I like a corner for safety, or a countertop or a couch or something in front of you as well for safety, but use your judgment as to whether or not you have the ability to do this. But again, you're just going to do a little rock back, sit to stand, and explode up. Little rock back, explode. Little rock back, explode. Little rock back, and explode back up. All right, so this is what I call a bungee chair. This is something that I love to do with patients just because it's something that a lot of people don't do at home. It is fun, but more importantly, you're just exploring movement, outside the box kind of movements that you don't typically do, and just kind of figuring out how to get your body to react in these unfamiliar situations. So again, bungee cords just wrapped around there. Try and make sure you use a bungee cord that is not old, just to decrease the risk of it snapping. You do have to pull it pretty tight so that it'll support your body weight. And then just down and bounce back up. Down and bounce back up. Down and bounce back up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. All right, so just something fun. If you want to take the time to create this, it's pretty easy to create, and I know a lot of you have bungee cords at home. All right, again, just exploring different movements. Of course, I like a corner for this one. We're just doing a little hop, either half turn or quarter turn. Again, just exploring different movements, different planes of motion. I like to have someone keep their hands up on the wall. The reason for that is that it will make you feel more stable so that you can have a little bit more fun with the movement and explore it a little bit more. But because it's a wall, you can't really put pressure down through it. So you're using your hands a little bit, but not for actual support. Now, of course, if you can't get your body off of the ground, you can still do this. I would just do it at a countertop, and then you could use your arms a little bit for support and then progress to this variation as quickly as you can. But hands up on the walls, and you're just going to do a little quarter turn, hop, quarter turn in the other direction, quarter turn. And again, we're combining the power, the eccentric, and the concentric all in one motion. And then just adding that little quarter turn just to add a little bit more variability in the movement, and just training your brain how to control your limbs and prevent you from hitting the floor when it's not necessarily a straight plane motion. Okay, so hop, turn, hop, turn, hop, turn, turn, and turn. All right, so for this one, we're starting on a little bit of a step and adding a kettlebell swing, just kind of out to the side again, kind of combining that eccentric, concentric, and power all into one activity. The kettlebell, because it swings, it does kind of throw you off just a little bit, but also adds a little bit of momentum to the motion. And think about it, when you're falling, you're generating momentum. So you do need to learn how to control, or it's a good idea to learn how to control your body when you do have a little bit of momentum to, if you do, God forbid, happen to go down, which I am going to do a video here in a few weeks on how to fall safely. But if you do happen to hit the ground, you're going to significantly decrease your risk of injury just by having more control of your body in, again, some of these kind of unfamiliar situations or movements. So again, just kind of step off the step. Now, this is a pretty high level activity. Try it on the ground first, and try it without the kettlebell on the ground first, then onto the step with the kettlebell, without the kettlebell. Once you can do that and you feel safe kind of controlling your body as you step down off of that step, then add the kettlebell swing. So swing, just kind of let it go. Swing, just kind of let it fly out to the side. All right. So some of you guys saw the video a couple weeks ago where I highlighted this flex bar. I've been using it quite a bit, and I really, really like it. And this is another use for it. Incorporating some balance, plyometric, eccentric, concentric, all into one exercise. All they did was just duct tape a 2-pound weight to one end of it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to do a little hop. And every time you hop, just let it go to the other side. Again, adding a little bit of unpredictability to this movement, a little bit of momentum. And again, just working on how to control that body. All right, and then this final exercise, we're just taking one of the bungee assist bands, attaching it to this wall anchor. Make sure it's in a stud. Hook that on there. And then the bungee actually does kind of help to assist a little bit, but it also just makes it more fun. You can get a little bit higher for a lot of you who maybe can't get as high because you haven't developed the power yet in your legs. This might be a good option to help you. Just come down, jump. All right, and then that is it for this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you found at least one exercise in here that you feel comfortable adding to your rehab routine. As usual with all these videos, definitely work with a physical therapist before you try anything on your own, and use your judgment. These are to decrease your risk of injury and falls and increase your overall safety. So always keep that in mind, that that's the end goal. Use your judgment. Do what is within your abilities right now, challenging yourself just enough, but within a safe range. If you're new to this channel and you like this kind of video and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so that you'll get notified every time I upload new videos. If you want to get exercises throughout the week, you can head on over to Instagram where I post 1 to 2 videos every single week. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we do have a membership program. With your membership program, you do get access to handouts, if there are any handouts that go along with a video here on YouTube. You also, as a gold member, you also get access to an entire vault of exercises where you can build your own home exercise program. And when you log back in, it's just going to be right there for you, so you can pick up where you left off. If you want to learn more about our membership programs and to sign up, you can visit rehab-hq.com. I enjoyed spending time with you all today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.